Now, I'm definitely pretty late to the ASICS GEL-NIMBUS 25 party, but I have heard so many good things about this deeply cushioned, neutral daily trainer that I thought it was about time I got my hands on a pair and gave them a go. So in today's video, we're going to be taking them out for their first run. So let's give you guys a few facts and figures, then I'm going to be lacing these up and finding out if they're as good as people say they are. Welcome back, folks. I hope you are all fitting well out there in YouTube world. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. So we are back with a bit of road running content for all you roadies out there, and I've actually been doing a fair bit of road running lately and I'm really excited to test these out today. I actually tried them on inside just to check the sizing, and they really do feel very plush and very comfortable when you've got them on your feet. Okay, before I head out the door on the run, let's give you a few stats about the shoes, and I'm going to break down the construction in a bit more detail. So first up, it is a pretty expensive daily trainer option, retailing in the UK for £175. They tip the scales at 313 grams in a UK 9.5, and we've got a full FF Blast Plus Eco Foam midsole setup with an 8mm offset on the heel. Now, when it comes down to the construction, the first thing I've got to mention is I'm not really a massive fan of this sort of grey-blue colourway. If you follow the channel, you'll know I do like bright, colourful running shoes, and this is a little bit bland for me. The good news is if you go onto the ASICS website, the GEL-NIMBUS 25 is actually available in, wait for it, 16 different colorways. Yeah, you heard me right, 16 different color options for this running shoe. That's got to be the most colorways I've ever seen for one particular model of running shoe on a website. As far as that upper goes, we've got a engineered stretch knit design, so giving you that nice foot hugging feel while providing good levels of support and breathability. And I've got to say it, everything about this upper feels very, very plush indeed. So we got a nice sort of stretchy, gusseted tongue, good levels of padding around that ankle collar and in the heel cup, and we've got no real sort of external sort of overlay showing on that upper, so makes everything feel very soft and premium looking. Working down to the midsole construction, and we have FF Blast foam. Now, I'm a big fan of this compound, but this is no ordinary FF Blast. This is actually ASICS FF Blast Plus Eco Foam, so this should deliver a nice soft landing, extra levels of cushioning to provide you with a nice comfortable running experience on that harsh road environment. But we also get their pure gel technology worked into that midsole construction just to supply you with a bit of extra sort of shock absorption. So the ASICS GEL-NIMBUS 25 should feel very plush out there on today's run. And finally, flipping them over, you can see that we've got blown rubber worked into all the high wear areas of the outsole, so either side of the heel and under the forefoot, but we do still have a fair bit of exposed EVA going on as well. So going to be interesting to see how durable that outsole is and how it holds up over time. And one more thing to mention, that at least 75% of the primary upper is made using recycled materials, which is always a good thing to hear in my book. So there you have it, the very popular ASICS GEL-NIMBUS 25. But now it's time to find out how comfortable these shoes really are. So let's get them laced up and let's hit the road.
Maybe you're not different. Maybe you're not different. Maybe you're not different. Maybe you're not different.
Right, I made my way up here to try and get out of the wind. It is blowing today, and that was a really tough 3 miles into a headwind. And I've looked at the forecast for tomorrow, and we have some biblical weather heading our way. It's supposed to be heavy rain and gusting up to 70 miles an hour when it comes to the wind. So I'm not sure how much running I'm going to get done tomorrow. As far as the Gel Nimbus 25 goes, like I thought back at the house, it is a very comfortable shoe straight out the box. Upper feels great around my foot shape, but also that FF Blast Plus Eco Foam midsole feels really well cushioned, and then you've obviously got that pure gel technology thrown in for good measure. So it is a very soft, comfortable shoe, quite squishy soft, so I'm not sure how responsive it feels, but definitely feels like I've got a couple of old comfy armchairs on my feet. Body and legs are feeling great, so we're going to try and get in 8, 9, maybe 10 miles today. So 3 miles done, let's crack on and see how the rest of the run goes. It is very windy along here. This is hard work. So we have reached the turning point. We're 6 miles into the run, so should be a good 9 miles by the time we get home. And let's talk about this upper. So it really is very comfortable straight out of the box. I've got no signs of any rubbing, irritation at all, and it actually feels like I could probably run in the upper all day long and still have no issues. I'm yet to discover a ASICS road shoe that doesn't have a super comfy upper. As far as the fit goes, I would say they are true to size, with average width in the toe box, so just right for my foot shape. Awesome lockdown around my midfoot. Just pulled those laces down when I put them on, and they've stayed nice and secure and locked down, and really good hold in the heel. So this ASICS upper is fitting my foot shape like a glove. Okay, so I'm going to head back to the studio now, finish the run off. Like I say, should be about 9 miles in the legs by the time we get back home. And then we'll break down the performance of the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 in a bit more detail. So we'll see you guys back there. So almost 10 miles in the legs by the time I got home. So a really good distance for the first run in a brand new road shoe. And there is no denying that the ASICS Gel-Nimbus 25 is a very plush and very comfortable daily trainer. And I could really tell that ASICS have kind of thrown everything at it when it comes to all its years of producing running shoes to make sure that the customer gets a very comfy running experience. The uppers seem to work really well for my foot shape, which isn't always the case when it comes to ASICS running shoes. I have found in the past that the midfoot can be quite deep on their uppers, and I've got quite a shallow foot, so I normally have to pull those laces down really tight to feel secure in that upper, but I didn't have to do it today in these. I literally just laced them down once before I left the house and they felt great. Didn't have to play around with the laces to feel locked into that midfoot, and I also didn't have to stop on the run to re-tie those laces where they'd worked loose. So I'm a big fan of the feel and the fit of this upper, and I think this lacing system works really well. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, with that deep stack of FF Blast Plus Eco Foam, we've also got that pure gel tech worked in there, and you actually get a nicely padded insole inside the shoe. They do feel very soft when it comes to the midsole. So when I started the run, nice easy pace, warming into things, they did feel like a comfy pair of slippers, that's for sure. But when I upped the pace, maybe that midsole didn't feel that responsive just because it is so soft. So it felt more like I was sort of sinking into that foam rather than it giving me any kind of energy return. Now, don't get me wrong, they are a comfortable feeling shoe, but I'm just not sure how versatile the Gel-Nimbus 25 is if you want to use it for all your training sessions. No issues on those longer, slower recovery efforts, but like I said, when I upped the pace, it did feel a little bit sluggish and not that lively. The only other thing that I will mention is it's been pretty wet down here in Cornwall of late, and we've had lots of rain. That's left all the sort of pavements and roads pretty greasy, and it is also autumn here in the UK, so all the leaves are falling off the trees. So you match those two things up and it can leave you with some pretty sketchy and slippery underfoot conditions. There was a couple of times on the run today that maybe I didn't feel fully confident when it comes to the level of grip that I was getting from the rubber on the outsole. Like I said, it was tough conditions out there today, so maybe I'd have had the same experience no matter what shoes I was running in today. So wrapping up with a quick conclusion after my first 9.78 miles, and I really can't fault the level of comfort that I got from the Gel-Nimbus 25. That plush, great fitting upper paired up with that deeply cushioned pillow-like midsole really does make for a very comfortable daily trainer that's going to soak up all those steady, slower miles throughout the week. I do think that £175 is a lot to pay for your sort of daily workhorse trainer. However, I popped online and I did find some of last season's colourways for around about £130 to £135, and I think that's a much more sensible price point for the Gel-Nimbus 25. Obviously, this is just my initial thoughts after that first run, and I'm going to continue to run in the ASICS shoes, put some good miles into them to see how they bed in and how they hold up to that mileage. But I would love to hear from you guys. I'm sure there's lots of viewers out there that have racked up some really good miles in these. So get in the comments below and let us know all about how they're performing. Don't forget guys, you can follow us on our other social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook or Strava. And if you have enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, why not smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Super simple to do, just by clicking on that little red box down there in the corner, and it is completely free, but it is a massive help to the channel. But until next time guys, thanks for watching, it's really appreciated. We'll be back here very, very soon, and as always, stay safe and keep on running. Don't forget guys, you can follow us on our other social media platforms. And if you have enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, why not smash that like button and maybe consider subscribing.